Hello and welcome, and thank you for joining me. And I would love to share with you one of my favorite meditations that's called the Inner Smile. But actually, it's also very good for communicating with that part of you that we call the inner child. So you could call it smiling down at your inner child. So when you're ready, let's try and do it. So before we begin, let me just remind you, meditation is not about emptying your mind. It's not complicated. It's not something you have to do all by yourself, cross-legged. You can do this sitting down or lying down. You could even do this walking. But as we're doing this together, try and find a place that you're not going to be disturbed now for the next 15 minutes. And if you're sitting or lying, just come into a comfortable position. And take a nice long deep breath and just drop your shoulders. Try and have no expectations or desires. We're just trying to let the energy take us. So also don't expect that you can just sit down and go directly into a deep meditation. You've got to give yourself a few moments to let all the distractions of the day just begin to settle as you become focused. Because for me, that's all that meditation is. It's about you being focused, you controlling your mind, not allowing your mind to jump around and drag you around. I want you in control. So before we begin the meditation, when you're comfortable now, starting at the top of the head, just gently scan down. You can have your eyes open or closed, and you're just looking for any obvious signs of tension or tightness in your neck perhaps, your shoulders. Be aware of your shoulders and shoulder blades and under your shoulder blades. Be aware of your biceps and release any tension that you notice. Come down through your torso. Take a nice big deep breath and release any tension in your chest or your diaphragm. That's good. Have a look at your rib cage. Are you sitting or lying nice and balanced? How about your lower back and your hips? And the cheeks of your bottom? Is the weight equal through the cheeks of your bottom? And go down through your legs, down through those glutes, into your knees. Then have a look at the back of your knees into your calves, Achilles, down into your ankles and your feet. It's good. Can you go right down into your toes? Each toe, even the little toe. And then we're going to work our way back up the body. But can you go a level down? So now you're looking more at joints and ligaments. Let's start off with your ankle joint. Imagine you're looking at your ankle joint through an X-ray or an MRI scan. And release any tension. Make sure it's nice and flexible and there's no tightness there. And come up through the Achilles. Can you feel that Achilles? Up through the calf muscle, into your knee. And now relax your knee. How would you imagine your knee and your cartilage fitting together with no tension? Then come back up through the glutes, into the base of your spine, into the coccyx. And see if the coccyx is nicely centered. And we work our way back up through the lumbar region. We're coming up through the spine now. And see if you can find the base of the spine and notice that natural S shape as we come up through the spine. Make sure if you're sitting, you're not slouched over, you're nice and relaxed. If you're lying down, just stretch yourself out a little. Have a look at your shoulders, the base of your neck. Notice how your neck's fitting into your shoulders now. And coming up through into the base of your head. And we're making our way right to the top of the head. The Baohu point. Remember? And if you're ever unsure where this point is, in your mind's eye, just circle the energy around and around in your head until you're drawn into the center. And this is where we can begin. From the Baohu point, just imagine dropping a center line. A line that comes down behind your eyes and nose, between your ears. So be careful now because we're coming through what I call the upper Dan Tien. Some people call it the third eye. Just take a moment and see if you can find it. Behind your eyes, get yourself nicely balanced. And then coming down through your center core, behind the mouth, through the center of your throat, between your shoulders, through the center of your chest. And this is the middle Dan Tien. Some people call it the heart chakra. See if you can find that, right in the center of your chest. And if you can, just see if you can align the middle Dan Tien and the upper Dan Tien together. Bring them into an alignment. It's good. And then we're going down between the rib cage, between the hips, down into your abdomen. And right in the center of the abdomen there is the lower Dan Tien. And you know we speak about this a lot. Perhaps you could interpret this as your intuition, or your gut feeling, your inner knowing. Just see if you can find that. And if you can, well done. Now just align those 3 Dan Tiens so your posture's good. And this is so important in Taoist meditation, that you're balanced. There's no tension. You're in harmony with yourself and with the universe and nature around you. And when you've made that connection, just go right down into the lower Dan Tien and then out of your perineum. So if you're lying down, you go out past your feet. And if you're sitting, through whatever you're sitting on. Now, once you've got that center core, extend that line way above your head, and that can give you a stretch, and way below your body. And just put yourself on that center line. Now you can use this center line in many ways. First of all, we can make those little tweaks and adjustments to bring your posture into this sweet spot. You know, when it's just right for you. So just get your head, get it perfect for you. Same with your shoulders. So one is not higher than the other. You're not too far forward or you're not too far back. You're just in that sweet spot. Same with your chest, with your rib cage and your legs. So you're very balanced, physically balanced. And then you can use the center line to help practice your breathing. But it's the same principle. You don't rush. You just observe. Observe now your pattern of breath. Observe the breath entering and leaving the body. And with your eyes open or closed, just watch the rhythm of your breath. This is a perfect example of yin and yang. Breathing out, letting go, breathing in. Breathing in with love, peace. Breathing out with gratitude. Do you notice how you want to breathe deeper now? And just relax your body. And allow your breathing to find its natural path and pattern. Not unlike a wave coming up on a beach. A gentle, flowing breath. And when you're happy with your breathing pattern, notice how your mind settles. And just observe yourself and go as deep as it's appropriate for you today to meditate. Notice how the eyelids grow heavy. And cooperate with yourself. Don't fight yourself. As you breathe, allow your eyelids to close. And see if you can notice the muscles around and behind the eyes. Is there any tension there? Can you let go of that tension? Remember, you are not designed to hold tension. You're not designed to grasp. Can you let go? Can you soften? Can you breathe deeper? Can you relax your facial muscles, your cheek and your cheekbones? And as you breathe out, relax down deep into your jawline. So your teeth are not clenched. Your throat and mouth are moist. But now you can relax even deeper. And when your jawline's relaxed from your chin, we're working our way back up now. Simultaneously coming up around the jawline, the side of your head. We're heading towards the temples, but find your root around your ears. And then bring your attention to your temples. And just pause. Take a deeper breath. Let go of any last strands of tension or tightness. And we can move across your forehead. And identify those muscles you use when you frown. Do you know sometimes when you're angry or frustrated? And just relax those muscles now. And I always think of this little idea. Ice to water. Water to steam. Steam, evaporate. And watch all that tension in your forehead evaporate and let go. And when you're happy, we're going up and over the head. We're following the meridians of the gallbladder. And these are the meridians that get involved in headaches and migraines. So take your time, cross the top of the head, and down the back of the head, and into the neck. And these larger neck muscles, and they've kept your head proud and erect and strong. They work very hard for you. But actually they're the head of the trapezius muscle that spans across your shoulder blades and your biceps. So take your time. And on your next out breath, you breathe out and drop your shoulders. Make your arms extra heavy. Relax your elbows, your wrists, your hands, right down into your fingers and fingertips. So no tension, no tightness. Shake out those shoulders. Relax your shoulder blades. Relax under your shoulder blades. Notice how easy your breath is becoming. Relax your diaphragm, your rib cage. And just for a moment, concentrate on your rib cage. Make sure you're nice and square and balanced, and then use the spaces between the ribs, the intercostal spaces, and just let them guide you around the side of your body. And as you come into the back, notice how the energy turns upwards now, heading towards the base of your neck, and just follow that, like following a stream of energy. And as you work your way up to the base of the neck, it just gives you this wonderful opportunity of a spinal stretch. So wait for your next in-breath. And as you breathe in, head goes one way, coccyx goes the other way. Stretch out your neck and spine, and then just slowly breathe out. Now just let your body find its organic position. Do you need to readjust? Position of your head, your shoulders. How about your breath? You're doing well. And then we'll come down the vertebrae of your spine, cascading down one by one, between the shoulder blades, into the waist, and then finally back to that lumbar region, the 5 lumbar vertebrae. Can you find them? And a lot of us have lower back problems, hip problems. So just count off those 5 lumbar vertebrae in your mind's eye. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you get to the 5th one, just look around for the coccyx. And how do you picture it? How do you see your coccyx? I see it as a short stubby tail just tucked under, and just come right to the tip of your coccyx. And see how close you are to your lower Dan Tien. And for now, we just hop over onto the lower Dan Tien, right on that center line, and breathe down into your lower Dan Tien. Create some space. Relax your hips. Almost as if you've found an underground cathedral, and open it up. Open up your abdomen and breathe down into your abdomen. Very powerful. Very centering for you. And then we'll just carry on with a physical relaxation. We'll go down through your legs now, deep into your knees, your cartilages. Relax any remaining tension there. Down through the calf muscle, into the Achilles, through your ankle joint. You get the idea. Down into your feet and each of your toes, even the little toe. And when you're happy, we return home to the lower Dan Tien. Find your way right back onto the center line, deep in your abdomen. And just for a few moments, just circle round deep on that center line. We're trying to find the center of the center, going down, deeper and deeper. And I'm just going to be quiet now for a couple of moments, and then allow you to go down as deep as you think it's appropriate for you right now. And when you've found that spot, just check your breathing is long and deep. Scan down one more time and make sure there's no tension in your neck and shoulders. No tension in your biceps. And then when you're ready, we can do the inner smile together. Remember to keep it very simple. And we're just allowing the corners of your mind, your eyes, your mouth to turn up, and you smile deep into your heart, right into the middle Dan Tien. Smile right onto the center line. A smile of love and peace. An unconditional smile. And some people like to imagine, to picture themselves 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. And smile down to your inner child. As though you're putting a big, loving bubble around that child. And don't worry if the child doesn't immediately smile back, you just smile more. Remember, it's unconditional. You are just doing this for you. You need no one else's approval or validation. No one need know you're doing this for you. When you're relaxed and calm, you can put your arms around that child and you can bring your child deep into your heart. So you're not separate. You are one, together, whole. No upset, no fighting, no resistance, just a melting together as you smile and you love yourself. And you're reminding your child that we are one, we are a team. We cannot be separate. The relationship we have is from the moment that we arrive to the moment we leave this life journey. And together we're stronger. We have coped, we will cope with every situation that we encounter. There is no need to look and compare with other people. We have everything we need. We are love. We do not earn love. And hold your child close and smile. And don't be surprised if occasionally your child will resist. And this is where you are loving and firm, compassionate and kind. And occasionally, your child will soften and smile back to you. And that is what I would call a blessing. You have been blessed. And can you allow that blessing to transfer through all of your internal organs? Like dropping a pebble into a pond and the ripples spread through your heart, lungs, liver, gallbladder, stomach, spleen, kidneys, every internal organ, bathing them in love, bathing them in this connectiveness. Don't forget your skin, the largest organ in your body. You are awesome. You are amazing. Every part of you, physically, mentally, emotionally. And breathe. And relax in that warm glow of love and acceptance. You do not need others to validate you. That's your job. You do not need reassurance from other people. That's your responsibility. You have everything you need. You have everything you will ever want. You are unique. You are powerful. So just before we finish, balance up your 3 Dan Tiens again. Upper, middle, lower. Make any adjustments you need to make. Just become aware of your breathing for the last time. And just before we finish, just sit quietly, just for a moment. Be aware of that inner strength, that inner knowing, that intuition, that gut feeling from deep down here. This is your Shen, your spirit speaking to you. Never deny that. And then when you're ready, I'll gently count you back into the room. Try not to rush. A minute or 2 now makes no difference. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. It's always worth giving yourself a good stretch. And you can slowly come back into your normal life. Well, it was a great privilege for me to share what I believe is one of the most powerful meditations, the inner smile. I told you you can do it anytime. You can just be walking along and smile deeply to yourself. You can be doing anything and just appreciate how awesome you are. Never doubt yourself. Connect to that Shen spirit of who you are. And until we meet again and share some time together, Yi Dao, Qi Dao. Take care of yourself.